Hey guys, Christine here from Portable Entrepreneur. Today I'm going to help highlight the differences between an agency or an individual freelancer who is making $2,000 a month versus $20,000 a month. So if you've been spinning your wheels, feeling like you've been trying to figure this out, you're working really hard, but you're not really getting anywhere and seeing the results that you want, this should help. Okay, so we're going to take a look at what the key differences are between these two types of agencies, but just note that these numbers don't really matter. If you are making $500 a month or $5,000 a month, but you really want to be over here on this level, which is maybe $10,000 a month, $20,000 or $50,000 a month, the difference is being at where you are now, feeling like it is small, but really wanting to get to the next level. So this is going to help you identify specifically what you are doing in running your agency and how you may need to switch some of those actions to look more like an agency on this side if you want to start to get some of these results. So I'm looking forward to this really being able to help highlight some areas that are going to need your attention. So let's jump right in. Now, the first one over here is that this $2,000 a month agency is focusing on individual projects. Where is the next client? Where is the next project? I need a new client, one after the other, right? Now, as I go through here, some of this may sound very familiar, and you may be thinking, yeah, isn't that what I'm supposed to be doing? But this is really going to all make more sense as we start to go through the $20,000 a month agency, and you can start to see the differences in how all of these categories are really handled differently, okay? Now, next up is how they price based on the service. So you want a website, okay, well, that service is X number of dollars. Or you need SEO, okay, that's X number of dollars. You need keyword research, X number of dollars, Facebook ads, emails, whatever it may be that you're providing, it's based on that service alone. See, this is where pricing gets really tricky because we need to be able to calculate our price based on something. When it's just based on the service, that gets a lot trickier to do and a lot trickier to help your clients understand why that price makes sense and it's good for them to pay. Now, next up is these agencies rely on no funnel. They have no lead generation system set up, and you might be thinking, yeah, that's me. And everything is just, I have to cold outreach. I have to email the people I don't know, call people I don't know, or hope that the client that I just worked with has a referral that they can send to me to be my next individual client and individual project. So that is obviously a big detriment into growing an agency, and we'll talk more about that here in a second. Now, next up, you have a portfolio of images. So again, this may be like, yeah, okay, I'm supposed to have a portfolio of images. But if you are a web designer, as an example, and you take a screenshot of a website you've done, you're really proud of it, you want to show it off, and you add this to your portfolio. So now the idea is I have a portfolio. So now when I have a new prospective client, I can show them my work. We really want the portfolio to do the selling for us. So if we think about, oh my gosh, I hate selling, I don't want to sell anybody, I wish I could just get rid of that part of my business, well, the portfolio should really be doing a lot of the selling. And so we'll talk about how that looks different here in a second. Now, the next is provides a service. And again, okay, well, I have to provide something. Again, it could be web design, SEO, Facebook marketing, email marketing services, any digital marketing service that you are providing. But when you are speaking to clients, that's what you're saying. I offer you web design. I offer you SEO. I offer you Facebook ads. And you are selling based on that particular service. So a lot of what you're doing when it's really switching from this side to this side over here is not necessarily that you have to do a lot of things differently. A lot of this is small tweaks. So this is just how you phrase things or say things a little bit differently that will take you to the next level. So it doesn't always require as much work as we may think it does. Now, next up, we deliver a website. So these two really have very much to do with speaking to our clients most importantly, our prospective clients, when they are coming in and they want to know, well, what am I going to get out of this? Oh, you're going to get a 5-page website. Oh, I'm going to build you 3 new backlinks. And that is our focus on what we are delivering. Now, we also, in this category, tend to wear all hats. It doesn't matter what it is, I'm going to do it. If I need to send an invoice, I'm going to do that. If I have to write up a proposal, I'm going to do that. If there's been a WordPress error and I can't figure it out, I will spend 5 hours going down that rabbit hole of trying to figure out how in the world to fix that error, because I wear all hats. I do it all. And this is something that in the beginning we often feel that we are required to do because I don't have the budget, I don't have clients that are consistently paying me. How am I going to be able to handle this? So this is why we tend to fall into this situation. So this side here, the $2,000 a month, this is where we can think small. We tend to think, oh, this is all I can do. I only have 1 client or 2 clients. I don't know how I'm going to get to this level. So we tend to stay stuck in that thinking, well, maybe I can't do it any better. Maybe I'm not going to be able to make this work or to get to a bigger level. And we got to be able to switch that into thinking big, recognizing that it is possible. And that is my goal here, is to help you see not just, oh, where you are. And if you're over here, well, doesn't that feel bad? But no, that this is possible. And there's just some small tweaks that we got to make to be able to get from one side to the other. So let's do that. Let's look at what this looks like differently here. So on this side, we are focusing on recurring work. We've all heard recurring revenue. Everybody's after it. Everybody wants it. But over here, the focus on the business is, where can I get that next project? Where this business over here is specifically looking at, how can I add recurring revenue to my business? So this is one of those key differences. This side over here does tend to think a little more short term. How can I get results now? How can I get income now? How can I get my next client now? Where this side over here is thinking, how can I make this really big and grow it and expand it to be exactly where I want to be? Maybe in the next 12 months. That doesn't mean you can't get fast results, but you make different decisions when you are thinking longer term than just the present moment. So that's what recurring revenue is about. If this is somewhat of an afterthought for you, this is something you want to bring into the forefront of your mind and of your planning, is how can I start adding recurring revenue into my business? What value can I offer? What services could I offer that would allow me to do this? And that needs to become your focus. Focusing on the prospective clients coming in that need this recurring work, not these clients over here that need the one-off projects. Doesn't mean you can't serve one-off projects on this side, but you have a focus on bringing in the clients who need that recurring work. And it also shifts how you have your conversations with clients, because you are educating them on the process of how they're going to need these services, or really why, and what kind of benefit that has to them. So next up here, we are pricing based on value. So again, this was on service. Here we're pricing based on value. So this would be the value of our work. Value, we have a much easier time calculating than just simply calculating a service. Hey, I need a 5-page website. But if we are saying, well, what value does that add? If we redesign someone's website, if we are able to rank someone's website for key terms with a high search volume that's very targeted, if that can bring in 50 new leads per month and they can convert half of those leads and they have an average customer value of $500 or $1,000, well, we can start to use those numbers to be able to calculate what is going to make sense for them to be able to pay in order to get that kind of result. So the focus is, how am I pricing my service based on the value or the impact that I'm making on that business? See, that's two very, very different questions, and we look at that very differently. So next, this is focusing on warm leads. So what we want to be doing is having a lead generation system that is working behind the scenes. Now, I know, this sounds lovely. Who doesn't want that? This does take some time and some effort to set up. However, when it is set up, this is something that is working more behind the scenes for you. It is bringing the leads in. It is warming those leads up, nurturing those leads. And then by the time they call you or you call them, however it's set up, they already have started to get to know you. They understand the type of work and what you focus on and how you're going to be able to help them. And so it's a much easier transition to take that warm lead and turn them into a paying client than it is over here reaching out to someone cold. So again, this is not thinking about short term. This is thinking, how can I build out a system that is going to work for me while I'm working for my clients? So this is why a lot of people don't end up having this, not because they can't figure out how to do it, because it doesn't have to be that complicated, but they don't do it because they're saying, okay, but I need somebody today. I need a client today. I need leads today. I need revenue now. So if I work on this, that's going to take away my time. And then they just really never get to it. So that's the difference here, is we need to really think about getting this set up. Now, next up, we have not a portfolio of images or a portfolio of websites. Rather, we have a portfolio of case studies. Now, this is where the portfolio starts to do the selling for you. So a portfolio of case studies is saying, well, let's look at the transformation. I worked with a business just like yours. The business came in and they were at point A, but they said, hey, I want to be over here at point B. I need my website bringing in more leads. We're looking to have this many new leads or this many new customers, this amount of new revenue coming in directly tied to our website every month. And this is what we did, and this was the outcome. So this is how we took business A, like yours, from point A to point B. Do you see how different that is? And saying, oh, but look how good I am at web design. Look how nice that website looks. Okay, everyone can think that you do a really good job, and you could do a marvelous job. But if you really want to sell someone, you have to show them what kind of impact that is going to make on their business. So that is the big, big difference in case studies. Again, we don't want to overthink this. It doesn't have to be really hard, but we're just simply saying, this is where the business was, this is what we did, and this is the outcome they got from it. It can be short like that. Now, next up, we solve the client's problems. We are in the problem-solving business. So a client comes to us, and this is where we're looking at the differences of the services and how we deliver it. A client comes to us because they have a specific problem. I'm not getting enough leads. My website is not working for us. No one can find us. No one knows about our business. We're not getting enough people in the door. We're not getting enough orders on our website. We're not getting enough appointment booked. Whatever the case may be. So this is looking at what is the client's specific problem that is making them show up and talk to you at this point in time. So you can make sure that what you are delivering is not just a website, but it is the solution to the problem that they're asking for. So that's where, when we're talking about delivering a website, well, we're not just delivering a website, we're delivering results. So we're looking at how can we solve that particular problem, and the vehicle that we're going to use to do that is web design or SEO or whatever digital marketing service you may offer that's going to help them generate more results, which is usually leads, customers, and sales, right? But you see, that is a very, very different conversation that we have with clients then, well, I'm going to build you a 5-page website. How many forms would you like on there? Okay, we need a contact form, request a quote, great. Do we have images? So those are some of the conversations we need to have, but we really want our focus here on the results. That is what we're delivering, and that is what people pay for. And that's what they pay more for, right? Now, we are also focusing on revenue generating tasks. So over here, we were just kind of handling everything. We got to wear all hats. The agency owner over here recognizes who needs to be focusing on revenue generating tasks. The work that actually brings in money to the business. Some of that's client work, but a lot of that's over here in the leads. How are we building up that system to bring in leads? How are we getting out there and getting known? Those are the revenue generating tasks. And we have to serve clients, but as an example, as we talked about here, chasing down a WordPress error for 5 hours because we only thought it would be a 5-minute task. Oh, just 5 more minutes. Okay, I'm almost there, almost got it. And we just end up hours later with the error still not fixed. That's what we have to be able to let go of, because that is time where we could have spent on expanding our lead generation system, on speaking to more of the leads that are in that funnel and bringing overall more revenue into the business. This could be working on being more efficient in the business and working on some of our systems and processes that need to happen in the business to make the business more profitable. So those are the revenue generating tasks that these agencies focus on. So if you are finding that you are really wearing all hats, that is something you may want to look at, because that is going to keep you busy, especially if you're working a job while you're trying to transition to your own business. It is really hard to focus on these revenue generating tasks. So what do? We focus on the client work. We neglect our own business by not building out that funnel and by building up our pool of leads. And we get stuck in all of these little tasks that don't move the needle and don't push us to that next level. Now, we also, over here, this is just about thinking big. This is recognizing where we could be, what the possibilities are, and then with intention, strategically creating a plan to get us from here to over here. So my challenge to you is to pick one thing. If you are like, I'm over here, oh, this stinks, I really want to be over here, and there's all these things now that you're saying I have to do. No, this is where everybody starts. This person over here, they started over here. Nobody started over here. It just doesn't happen. So you are actually exactly where you need to be. And now you have a list here that will help you identify what you need to work on. And if you need to work on all of them, if you need to work on 3 or 4 of these, my challenge to you is to pick one thing that you will focus on for the next 30 days. That's it. What is the one thing that you could focus on in your business for the next 30 days? That could be, how can I offer more value to my clients? Maybe I need to spend time figuring that out. How can I make sure that I'm presenting my service as a solution to a client's problem? How can I reword what I'm doing? How does my website represent the outcomes? Maybe I do have a portfolio. Is there anything that I could do to turn it more into a case study than just a screenshot? Or do I need to take the client that I'm working with now and turn them into a case study client, so I can use that to sell the next client, and I can sell them at a higher price, so I can be more over towards this agency. So there's a lot of different things that you could choose to focus on, but you can only focus on one at a time, and that's okay. That's the way that this is supposed to go. And if you're able to slow down, pick just one, and then focus entirely on that one, it will set you up to be able to take on fully the next piece of the puzzle that you need to start shifting your business over time to the next level. So let me know in the comments below, what is the one thing that you commit to working on in your business over the next 30 days in order to take your business to the next level? If you have questions about it, drop a comment below as well. I read all of them, and I'm happy to respond to you as well there. So I hope this was helpful and helped you identify some things that you need to be working on in your business, so you can start working on taking your business to the next level and being able to help support and build up your clients' businesses at the same time. This is a wonderful win for everyone involved. All right, thanks so much for watching. If you learned anything new here, make sure to like the video, subscribe so you'll get the next video when it comes out, and I'll see you next time.